man. Joined by Jamaine Ortiz. How are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just, woke up, getting my day started, driving to my strength conditioning right now, and yeah.
Who's your strength and conditioning coach?
I forgot
Anybody?
his last
Anybody we would know?
name. Think he was a sports medicine doctor for the Pats.
Okay. For the
Yeah.
for the for the Patriots or the Packers?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the Patriots, yeah.
Nice, nice. Look at you. So, you have this fight right on ShoBox triple header, correct?
Yes.
What's your opponent's name?
Nahir Albright.
Albright, that's right. I was just telling my audience this is a very good card in terms of the entire triple header. Do you know who's on your main card? Have you paid attention, or are you just focused on what you got going on?
I'm just focused on what I got going on, focused on my opponent, my fight, and making sure I'm at my best of my abilities.
You sound like you trying to make a statement this time around, man. You sound like you're focused and motivated on the task at hand.
No, for sure, for sure. Every fight I am, but you know, every fight is another way to prove myself and another stepping stone. So, got to be more locked in than the last.
For sure, for sure. So, Mr. Ortiz, who's your head trainer, your boxing trainer?
Rocky Gonzalez.
Rocky Gonzalez. Is that the former fighter?
He used to fight, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So hold on a minute here. My co-host is looking to join. So what do you know about Nabrir, Mr. Albright?
I think he's from Philly, and that's really how much I know about him.
So have you watched any tape?
I watched a little bit. I watched a couple rounds of him boxing and stuff. So,
Why
just to get a quick idea.
why only a couple?
Uh, I don't know, just a couple here, a couple there. I let my coach do a lot of the studying, and then we break it, and then he breaks it down to me, and that's what we work on in training.
Um, I've been asking fighters for years, do they watch tape? Some of them always say the same thing that, they watch a few rounds or they don't watch rounds, they let their coaches. Do you feel you don't watch tape to not focus on what they're doing and instead focus on what you're doing? Have you found that by watching too much tape, you get caught up in the wrong thing? Or is it just a thing that you just ain't got time to watch tape?
A little bit of mixture of all that. Definitely, I don't want to focus on what so much of what he's doing good or I want to see what he's doing bad, but never focus on what he does good as much in the sense of I want to focus on what I do best and capitalize on what I can do. If I perform how I perform, then I don't have to worry about much of what he does.
So I got put on to you, I got a little model, even though I got two models, right? Big, little, small, I interview them all, but I also got a model where it's like, I don't watch you till I got to watch you. So when you fought Joseph Adorno, I was tuned in. And I want to take you back to that fight and just get your opinion on that fight. It seems Adorno might have got dropped from Top Rank from what I can see,
Yeah.
and it might have been because of that fight. But he was on a consistent draw kind of routine. But how tough was that fight for you? Did you feel that you won it? And yeah, would you want that rematch, or is that something you're walking away from?
I believe I definitely won the fight. Gave it 6 rounds to 2. The first knockdown to me, I was more off balance, slip, and then I feel like I made the fight a lot tougher than I had to. I was winning the rounds clearly, so if I would have just, you know, took my pedal off the gas a little bit and started boxing a little bit more, it would have been an easier fight. I could have done a lot of different things, but the past is the past. All I could do was just adjust from it. That's what I've done. So But yeah, in the rematch, I'd love to get the rematch, but he's not with Top Rank. If it's for a big fight with purpose, for sure, I'll take the fight.
But him not being with Top Rank and being from the Philadelphia area, you are with King's Promotion, or are you just working with them for this fight?
Just for this fight.
Ah, so that would be the hiccup because King's Promotion is a Philadelphia-based. I know Marshall, and he does a lot of shows in the 2300 arena. That could be a fight that you guys could get together. Actually, Joseph, I don't know if you know, but he has something scheduled here in Orlando, in the Caribe Royal or Casino. He's going to be fighting Iron Alvarez. So we'll see how he bounces back. But good to hear that you want the rematch. This fight, it took place at 135?
Yeah,
Okay. So this is the division that you want to win your first world title, or do you think that you might have to move to 140 before you get a title shot?
no, I'm hoping to get a world title shot first at 135, and then I'll move up.
Okay, okay. So I'm gonna throw some names at you, man. How do you think? Are you ready for a Rolly Romero fight right now? You think?
Yeah, I think that's the great fight. I've been wanting that fight. So after this fight, if I could get Rolly Romero for the summertime for June, that would be a perfect fight for a title eliminator, and then have a world championship bout for December.
For sure. Now, I know you said you didn't watch any footage of Nahir Albright, but like I told my audience, he got some decent wins. I know Michael Dutchover. I know Jeremy Hill. Those are decent little wins that he got over those guys. So, are you prepared for this person?
I am for sure, 100%.
Okay, okay. And this is happening 4 days after Valentine's Day. So, how much time did you get for notice? Like, did they give you a full 8 weeks? How long ago did you get the call for this fight? And did you know that
That's
this was going to be your opponent?
Yeah, I said I had like 6 weeks,
Oh,
6 weeks, 7 weeks, about that.
okay. Only 6 weeks. Is that enough in your opinion? Would you have wanted more time, or is that's enough to do the job?
That's good because it's not like I have to get in shape. I'm already training. I'm always in the gym, so it's not like I have to restart anything. I'm already in motion. I'm already in motion.
Okay, okay. Good to hear. Good to hear. Um, So at 135, who do you see as the man right now? Is it obviously the guy with all the belts?
Cambosos got all the belts.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Haney got one belt, and so you got to look at it like that. Who got all the belts, and then Devin Haney got the WBC, and I think Davis got one of the WBAs.
Yeah, he's got the. I think it's the regular version.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what should Cambosos do next? There's some rumors of a possible Lomachenko, or would you prefer to see him go straight after undisputed with Haney?
Uh, I don't even know, man. It could go undisputed with Haney. Uh, I don't know if Lomachenko's where he's at rated, if he's done number one or number two spot to get the fight. That even though that doesn't matter because they can make any fight happen. But it doesn't really matter. Sometimes at that point I'm just watching as a fan and enjoying the love of the sport. And then when it's my turn, that's when I'm in there as a fighter.
So, champ, you go by the technician.
Yes, sir.
Why'd you choose the technician and not the knockout artist or the brawler or the puncher? Explain.
Because everything I do inside and outside my life is very technical. I try to break things down, and to me, things are like of a science. So the definition of the technician is a person very skilled and an expert in their craft, and that's what I find myself. I try to study the game, and not only inside of the sport of boxing, but in my personal life, I do that as well. So
And Mr. Ortiz, what is your nationality?
I'm half Dominican and half Puerto Rican.
Oh shit, de lo mío. You speak any Spanish?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
I do.
Dominican. That's what's up. So where are you born from? Where you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Massachusetts.
Oh, there's a lot of Dominicans in Massachusetts for sure. Nice, nice. So who's Puerto Rican? Your mother or your father?
My father's Puerto Rican.
Okay, your mom's Dominican.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, that's nice. He went. It's usually the other way. Like all my children are Puerto Rican. The men go after the Puerto Rican women. So that's interesting. You got any siblings?
Yeah, I got two younger brothers, two older brothers, and two older sisters.
Are you the only boxer?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting. No one else has taken, even your younger brothers don't, now that they see you
Nah.
fighting on TV, it hasn't sparked any
Nah.
interest?
Nah.
Wow. Wow. So that's interesting. What made you turn to a boxer then? If you don't have anybody in the family, how'd you end up in a gym?
I just always was fighting outside, in school, fighting in the street from little, and my dad put the gloves on me outside when we used to live in the projects, and my mom just signed me up to the Boys and Girls Club. And from there, it was a wrap. I was just there every day.
Nice, man. Man, I was just talking about that. There's barely any boys and girls clubs anymore, man. It's crazy. I wanted to ask, obviously, our topic this morning, we were discussing Jaron Ennis and the fact that he believes Canelo versus Charlo is a 50-50 fight. What do you think? Is Charlo Canelo 50-50? Or do you feel like, it could be slightly different?
Nah, I wouldn't say it's 50-50. I think Canelo has the edge. I think he's a better boxer than Charlo. Uh, the
The
power,
fact that he believes... sorry about that.
the power could be you know, hand in hand how you look at it. But Canelo is very strong. And what I've seen with Canelo's always struggled with the boxers, the movers, and Charlo's not one of those.
Champ, so I gotta ask, man. I follow you on Instagram. I seen you with the Yeezy boots, man. Are those things comfortable? Cause they look like they better be as big as they are.
Now they're good. I like them. They're like some slip-ons for the wintertime when there's snow out. I like them. I like them.
So you live in Massachusetts now.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you could definitely wear those. It's cold. How cold is it today? Everybody woke up cold today, man. It was even 30. I'm in Florida. It was like 32 degrees this morning.
No, right now it's like 26.
Damn. You need them Yeezys right now, I tell you that.
Not too bad. A couple of days ago, it's been like close to zero.
Oh,
Four.
wow.
Yeah.
So your promoter is King's Promotion? Oh no, you said you're just working with him. So do you have a
Yeah.
promoter?
Yeah, I'm working with CES.
Okay. Oh, yes. Jimmy, what is it? Jimmy Butchfield or something?
Birchfield. Yep.
Birchfield. Yes. Okay. Yeah. He's out of that area, right? They're from the Mass area.
Yeah, Rhode Island.
Yeah. They do a lot of MMA too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've ever dabbled in the cage?
I like to practice a little bit, get down with
Really?
some wrestling or jiu-jitsu.
Oh wow. So you do jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Listen, I got a couple of questions from the people. James Valdez, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. He says, Cambosos versus Haney, who wins and how?
I think Haney would win. Decision. I think Haney's a good boxer. Smart. So I'll give Haney the edge.
All right, we got Steve all the way in the United Kingdom, and he says, "Hi, Jamaine. Thanks for coming on the show. Are you in boxing because you love the sport, or are you in it because you're good at it and can make a living, or is it a mixture of the two? I ask as I've been listening to a lot of professional boxers and athletes, and non-boxers, and I found it surprising how many pros only do their sport as it's a job and not a passion. A boxing example is Jamie McDowell, former WBA bantamweight champ. Once again, thanks for coming on the show, Steve in the UK.
That's a very, very good question. I always tell people if I was losing in the sport, I wouldn't be doing it.
All right.
So part of the answer to that question is I am continuing to fight because I'm still undefeated. I keep on winning, and it's I've dedicated my whole life to it, and I just wouldn't want to stop something that I've sacrificed my childhood, my teenage years, and everything for to then just leave away without trying or nothing. So I put too much into it to just walk away.
So you spoke about those teenage and childhood years. How many amateur fights did you have? Because that'll give us an example of how many of those years went, sacrificed into the gym.
I had 114 fights.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. I believe Thurman had like 120 wins and, I don't know, 6 or 7 losses. So that's a lot. That's nice. How many nationals? Do you got any national wins?
In Puerto Rico, I won a national title.
Nice.
And the U.S., no.
Congrats, man. It's still national, man. Those are important. Any of these guys you faced, any of these names in the amateurs, have you come across them? I mean, what weight were you fighting at?
I was fighting at 32.
Okay.
On 32. I haven't came across them in the professionals, but like I fought Jerron Ennis, Edgar Berlanga. I fought, Gary Russell. So they're all doing good now.
Yeah.
The guys that I fought. I fought. Who else did I fight? I fought Teofimo.
Nice.
I fought. I forgot who else I forgot. I forgot who else I fought. But I fought a lot of these type of guys. So.
Does it give you motivation to see these guys that you fought? All of you guys have turned pro. Is that motivation for you?
Yeah, I would say it's a good thing that I've been up with these guys. Always when I competed against all of them, it was always in the finals or the nationals. So seeing that we're all professional now and how well they're doing, I know my time will come.
And we got a question from the best dad ever in Baltimore. He says, "What do you think of Tank Davis?"
I like Tank. Tank, I think he's a good fighter. He's a strong fighter. It'll be nice to see. I know a lot of behind closed doors. A lot of people talk about his really good boxing skills. It'll be nice to see that in a fight. But he's good. I like him. All these guys, they're champion for a reason. They're champion for a reason. Becoming world champion is not easy, and to maintain it is even harder than getting it. So.
For sure. We got Young Tigre that says, how many rounds do you think it takes for Canelo to stop Charlo? Do you even think Canelo could get the stoppage?
I think he can.
How many rounds do you think it
Canelo,
takes?
the later rounds. Canelo's always he starts off slow for the first 4 rounds and then starts picking it up, and then maybe the 10th, 11th round.
All right, well, Mr. Ortiz, those are all our questions. I've been screen sharing your social media, but tell them where they can find you anyway. And we want to thank you for coming on. We look to get you back on after your fight with Mr. Albright. Wish you the best of luck in that fight. And like I said, can't wait to get you back on the show. If you could let everybody know where they can follow you at and, be behind your career.
Everybody can follow me on Instagram, Jamaine Ortiz, Jamaine Ortiz. Facebook, same thing. TikTok, same thing. Twitter, Jamaine Ortiz R. And that's the socials that I got right now. So.
All right, champ. A pleasure having you on the show, man. Get to the gym, do that strength and conditioning, and can't wait to watch your fight on ShoBox.
All right, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jamaine Ortiz.
For the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.